All right, all right. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Jason's first one here. Everyone, happy Thursday. Thank you, gentlemen. It's just me tonight, Jason. Ray is working on a big presentation for the monsters, and he has to get that done for a little monster meeting he's got tonight. Countdown to a long weekend. Absolutely one of my favorites of all time. Independence Day, 4th of July. I think it's tied with Thanksgiving as my favorite holidays. Thanksgiving and 4th of July, my two favorite holidays. I can't tell you which one squeaks out as better. But anyway, thanks for showing up, guys. Appreciate it. I am going to do the short version because there is some exciting stuff to talk about. Um, what this will all lead into. So the topic, Ray was going to go in depth on this. I'm just going to give you the teaser portion when we thought up the idea of this show. But first, let's go and get into the Cosmic Emergence. We were working on that, and they're coming out. We've got some more monsters out there. 211,538 global clicks for the download. We got to get to work, people. Let's have another clickathon. That'd be good stuff. And but let's take a look here at the monsters. We have 358 now dressed. So if you check out OpenSea and check out all of these dressed on OpenSea, and I'm still working on updating the map, so we'll get to that. How much can I get for my Queen Bee? FCJR. That would you would probably put that up on OpenSea and see what kind of bids you can get there. That's the best way to do that. Good afternoon, everyone. Anthony, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Here we go. So the introduction, what we were talking about the top of the show was the most popular token standards. Obviously, tokens live on a smart contract, and the smart contract simply a program that runs on Ethereum blockchain, and it's a collection of code and its functions and the data that reside on a specific address of the Ethereum blockchain. So here's a quick one of the token standards: ERC20, ERC721, 777, 1155, and 4626. I'll go into these briefly, but this is leading up to the fact that ERC20s are the OGs, and all the rest of these have been created afterwards. So you'll be able to see how they developed and improved on each other. Hello, Ariel. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate that. So the first one, like I said, ERC token, ERC20 token is the standard from which they were all built. So this, it can do your reputation points online, skills of a character game, like if you're reaching up to a black belt or something like that, be a lottery ticket, financial assets, at a share in a company, or say a piece of real estate or something like that. People use that. Or fiat currency like the USD. It could represent an ounce of gold, all that kind of stuff. And it's basically pretty straightforward token standard. But then they improved upon that with the ERC 721. This token is unique and can have a different value than each other. So when we say NFT, meaning non-fungible token, means one token is worth just as much as the other token. So when you were talking about that ounce of gold, 1 ounce of gold is 1 ounce of gold is 1 ounce of gold. Here, you can have different variables. So this is when you bring in traits and everything like this. So if you have a rare trait, you're going to be able to, the value is going to be tracked differently. So that's why they got the ERC 721s. So also in gaming, which is also very important for this stuff, you can have cool zombies, weapons, skills, all that kind of stuff, which can have varying values. So that was what made it very important in the development of different tokens. Oh, and also that gave you the possibility of a POAP. A POAP is a let's say this right, proof of attendance protocol. So what that is, when you give out that, everyone can be different. Say you go to a concert and you're sitting in the nosebleeds, that token that you got, that NFT for sitting in that seat in the nosebleed, is much different than the token you got for sitting down in the front row. Say you had a POAP for going to a concert and you were going to be awarded by that person, say it's Taylor Swift or whatever she just toured. So I'm thinking of that. Not that I've been to one of her concerts. But if they were going to give out clips of the show, because you sat in the front row, you might get one of these angles that were down in the front, make it just like the experience that you had. Or maybe you'll just get a longer clip of that, and you were in the back row and you remember the scene or the moment that she hit a note or did something, and you got that clip of the concert, just like you were sitting in the front row, even though you were sitting up in the nosebleeds. That might be pretty cool. So that's what you could do with a POAP. The next one was the ERC 777s, and this is creates hooks. This is basically one of the best things for reducing gas fees, which is one thing everybody likes to do, so they can interact with the contract and tokens being received and sent at the same time, and one can reject the other if it doesn't match up. So this ERC 777s were are definitely that is what makes them unique, having these hooks built into the contract. The next one up of the 1155s, the multi-token standard. It seeks to create a smart contract interface that can represent and control any number of fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens, so that it can do the same functions as both the ERC20s and the ERC721s, both at the same time, and improves functionality, and making it more efficient, and obviously correcting any implementation errors. So 1155 makes everything more streamlined and functioning correctly. The last one that is most common is the ERC 4626, and this one is very unique and very cool because it does it controls the role of yield bearing vaults. So in the lending markets, aggregators intrinsically have interest bearing tokens help users find the best yield on their crypto tokens by executing different strategies. These strategies are done with slight variations, which might be prone to error and waste development resources. In yield bearing vaults, they were lowered the integration effort and unlock access to yield various applications with specialized effort from developers by creating more consistent and robust implementation patterns. So basically, this one is how you can calculate yields off different tokens, and so that when they build on this code, use this token to build on the smart contract, you'll be able to do that interest bearing and yielding calculations all in that token. So that is a really quick overview. I know I used my New York voice and just ran through this whole operation. Ray and I will go into this deeper, but the most important and exciting part is that there's another one that's been developed, a different ERC protocol token, and it is a monster of a token. And you're gonna be able to see how it pulls in the best pieces of all of these, and is going to be able to do some really amazing things. So we'll get back to that when Ray comes back, and we can banter back and forth, and so that you guys will get a really good understanding of that. But this was just an overhaul of all the different types of tokens out there and what they can do. Robin, yep, very interesting. Yeah, it is very cool, and obviously you can see the progression from the early ones, the ERC20s, all the way up to now, and there's all these different versions, but they just keep getting better and better, more efficient. So lower gas fees, more complex, and these standards are used, and this is open source, so they're being able to be used on anybody's smart contract when they launch a smart contract. So have a great weekend, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Next Tuesday, we're also going to touch on this one, how to use Blur and Blend for NFT trading and lending. Very cool. Mr. McHenry sent this one over to me. Said, let's touch on this. But as from the last token that we talked about, that 4626, you'll be able to do this. Very cool on Blur with Blend to do that for trading and lending. And then we'll get back into what the new token protocol is for everybody. So thank you very much for showing up. Everybody have a safe and happy 4th of July. If you're celebrating, if you're over in England, that's too bad. It's a sad day for you guys. In any case, we'll be over here celebrating and having some fun, and hope and wish that for everyone. So take your independence and use it wisely. So that I will leave it right there for us. And I'll be back on Tuesday with Ray. And thanks very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And have a great weekend.